Guten Morgen, Kameraden. All right, we are going to start off by talking about the labor market because this was some fun, interesting research. And of course, this is not even focusing on the labor market. This is focusing on the job boards. Now, as of right now, I'm not going to go ahead and say which job board in particular I was looking at, but this is just going to serve as another example of the level of fucking bullshit, just straight up bullshit, all right, that you're seeing from most of these sites. Most of these sites, job boards, listings, whatever. All right. Now, as part of a little bit of market research, I was getting links to various fields just to see, all right, what are these places actually offering per, specific field category. And following the direct links, of course, to, get into the actual grit and the detail, got to create new accounts for all of this junk. All right, so go ahead and do that. Now, direct linking the job posting for this one specific thing that I was looking at was showing 35 to 45K a year. All right. Nothing special, kind of, running into the system. The companies really don't want to pay people more than 50K a year at best. And then at some point, as part of the process, I'm like, all right, let's search for, see if these listings are showing up anywhere else. And conveniently, when you search directly through this specific job board site, it shows that same job supposedly paying 100 to $120,000 a year. All right, something's wrong here. Something's obviously off. But of course, you can't apply to it unless you start coughing up money for their premium subscription. I shit you not. This fucking job board, again, I won't say the name, but trying to look up and get a feel for year over year change, all right, for job fields and job postings in general. And they are legitimately they're creating clones of existing jobs, tripling or even more in some cases, tripling the stated pay rates, showing that to people, and are bilking people for more money for jobs that pay the same usual dog shit. Oh my god. Like, the level of, like, I know people refer to the economy we have now as like a griftocracy or whatever the hell. Griftonomics. This is legitimate. This is bad. This is fucking bad. This isn't even just grifting. This is just outright scamming people. And the fact that more and more companies that actually have something to lose, like, that's the thing. Even when you look at the simplest parts of the bullshit that they are running, you're violating so many laws doing that shit. And none of this, I mean, at least for now, none of those laws are necessarily getting enforced. But whether it's fake job postings from the companies or the job boards creating fake jobs in order to try to sell you premium services, quote unquote. I mean, what? And the thing is, too, you have to sit there in awe of it because it's you. You know, you know that if somebody signs up for the premium service, um, they're gonna find out that you bullshitted them instantly because I mean, they could apply to the fake job, of course, but if let's say they want to be in one specific field, if they dig any deeper, they're gonna see that you scammed them. The level of just fucking lies, fuckery, and bullshit is off the charts. And it's all illegal. This is legitimately false advertising. This is and it's like this everywhere. Every single company. I don't know what the hell happened. I know earnings are down for most companies. But good God, you are literally like so many companies. It's not just the job boards, it's normal companies day to day that people work for. It's all of these companies are shifting into scamming their workforce. They're scamming their customers. It's just all scams and grift now. All right. It like 80% of the market's got to be just scamming and grifting. Like if I stumble across it that easily, then it's got to be so incredibly widespread, and the amount of lawsuits and legal shit that's going to get thrown at these companies over the next 2 to 5 years is going to be enormous, assuming anybody decides to hop on board the sue them into the ground train, because you can't just openly fucking lie to people like that. All right, you cannot create bullshit jobs to sell people premium services to apply to fake jobs. What the fuck are you doing? Legitimately, what the fuck are you doing? If you're going to try to sell somebody a premium service for a job board, um, they can't afford to apply to fake jobs. If they're paying for this and you're creating fake clones with higher pay rates, if they just apply to those all day long, uh, they're never going to get hired. Or you pass it through, you take the same info from the clone job and you feed it to the original posting. And then they go to an interview and they find out that no, we're not paying 100 to 120K a year. No, we're paying like 40. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Honestly, no given, of course, it is not the popular thing to say, at least in terms of not pissing off business clients. But at the same time, I have to be honest with you people. Um, those of you out there who really do not want to have to work at all, you have my full-fledged backing on a personal level, of course. Was it expressed views do not represent the feelings, opinions, stance of Spades Consulting LLC. Okay, those of you who don't want to work, you got full permission to go after these companies, because I'm telling you right now, like this is just so in your face and flagrant abuses of the public trust. There's going to be a fortune to be made there. All right, these companies are committing so many crimes. All right, they're breaking so many laws that you're gonna be able to make a fortune off them. And honestly, some people would sit there and say that's terrible, but at the same time, these companies, I keep seeing it more and more, they're going off the rails. Of course, these companies aren't clients, but they there's more of them every single day where I'm actively watching them go completely off the rails. And you have to sit there and wonder to yourself, like, you guys know that this country, 1776 to now, from the American US perspective, um, we've had quite a few years to build up just volumes of law. Like most of the problems were dealt with a long time ago. It's just a lot of shit does not get enforced. Even when it comes to the illegal immigration, you could legitimately, there are laws on the books. Any company that provides jobs to illegal aliens could catch a felony, or at least the members of it could, in theory, catch felonies. The same applies to landlords or people who aid and abet. Like, these laws have been on the books for a long time. It's just that they never get enforced. They never get enforced, and you see the consequences today of it, but regardless, there's going to be a fortune mining companies that are just openly and brazenly breaking the laws right now. There's going to be an absolute killing to be made. And honestly, it has to happen. It really does. Honestly, I have personally thought quite a few times in life that it would be a great thing to do. Just create an organization specifically dedicated to just nailing all of these companies that are doing this obviously flagrant, shitty behavior. Create an organization that just specifically tries to pin these companies nuts to the wall and make them pay for all of this fuckery. All right, because this, on a moral level, it's wrong. On a legal level, it's wrong. What I'm seeing now. All right, but I'm going to end it on that. Again, at some point in the future, I will drop the name of this company, this organization that I stumbled across. But that being said, honestly, if you're going to get into business, or if you're already in business, you cannot openly do false advertising. You cannot scam the public. You can't just be slime. You have to actually provide a fucking service. All right, you actually have to be, I mean, for better or worse, you got to be doing something positive for the world. You can't just slop that shit around. I don't know. I don't know. I'll end it here. But Jesus Christ, companies, get your fucking shit together.